Hello. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. So, welcome to What's Brewing Behind the Scenes. I am so excited to be doing this. I've been thinking about doing this for forever. So, I'm really excited to officially have a name. Thank you everyone for voting. It was like hands down What's Brewing Behind the Scenes. The other one was Shop Talk Tuesday that I also liked too, but I thought What's Brewing Behind the Scenes was kind of my favorite too. Hi Katya. So I thought, you know what, let's just do it. It's all our favorites. So yes, so I'm excited to be here today to show you guys first off my really complicated coffee routine. Do you guys like coffee too? I'm like, you better like coffee too. I'm just kidding, you're like coffee. So I also was gonna like do my hair today and be all, whatever, done up. And then I said, you know what, this is called behind the scenes for a reason. So I'm gonna give you guys real life. This is me. I wear a dirty, messy bun most of the time. Don't worry, I used dry shampoo today. We'll get into that later, what kind of dry shampoo I like. So I'm gonna make my coffee. I do a pour over. This whole like system goes back to my cousin Anne. Hey Anne, she's teaching a class right now, so she's not gonna join us. But I remember when I first like went over to her house and she like pulled out the scale and like was measuring her beans and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's so complicated. But when I decided I wanted to do a pour over, I was doing a Keurig before, which I know, I'm so embarrassed to even say that. I'm not judging anyone who uses a Keurig right now, but it is a lot of waste and you are brewing your cup of coffee through plastic. So I wanted to switch it up because I only have one good cup of coffee a day. Lately it might look more like two, which is why we're gonna do the Chemex. I'm also gonna make a cup for my husband. So I decided to do a pour over. Since I wasn't making that much coffee anyways, I thought, why not make it a labor of love? And I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this. My mom is Italian. My mom's side of the family is all Italian, and we like coffee. We like coffee and we like wine. My mom excluded from the wine part, but she just drinks more coffee. When I say things like, oh hey, oh man, I need to drink more water, she's like, why would I drink more water? Like, I have water in my coffee. It takes water to brew coffee. So, legit. Also, my son Gray today in the car, he had his little water bottle, and he's like, this is Grayson's water bottle. And I'm like, yes, it's your water bottle, not. And I said, but Ashley can use it too. And he said, you could use it too, Mommy. You could put your coffee in it. Which was really sweet of him. That is like pure love. Hi, Lady D. Oh, this is so fun, guys. So I think my coffee or my water over there. So I have a kettle too, but I'd have to get like an extension cord to have it over here. So right now we're not being that official, and to even show you like where my water comes from, because my water comes from somewhere specific too. But I'm just gonna measure out my grounds. So yeah, I just use Trader Joe's coffee. My mom's like hardcore Starbucks Gold Coast fan, but I use Trader Joe's. And I keep trying to do other things, and I keep coming back to Trader Joe's because it's awesome. So what are you guys up to today? It's Tuesday, right? Yes, Tuesday morning. It's a disgusting day outside, but that's okay, because that just means we all need to stay inside, stay snugly, and drink lots of coffee, right? So I'm putting 55, you guys are gonna laugh so hard at me. I'm doing 55 grams of coffee for the Chemex. And tell me later if that's wrong. I think I Googled it, and that's what they suggested, 55, when I first did it. Sometimes I'm like stronger or less strong. I like my coffee pretty strong. Who likes their coffee strong? Or light? I mean, what's the point, right? We need strong coffee. Let me go get my water. So this is so funny too, because normally I would have also like put hot water in the Chemex first to like heat it up, so that my coffee doesn't get cold fast. But I'm just gonna do it like this. Also, if anybody knows of a way to like keep their coffee hot in the Chemex, I feel like Anne has like a cover. Anne, do you have a cover? And then she has like a little, you could even like put a little mitten. Like, who wants to knit me a mitten for my Chemex? Just kidding. I feel like I want to see if people are, oh, hey. Is that how much do you put, Katia? And how much grinds do you put? It is pretty strong. I'm not weighing my water. I just know how much I need for the Chemex. And like when I'm just doing 1 cup, I just do like a half a liter or whatever. You have to do like a minimum amount in my tea kettle. My tea kettle is like changing my life. It's so amazing. So I just use what I need. I typically just do up to the wooden part. There is no science behind that, but it's just what I do. So, hello. So I'm gonna keep going. So first you do it and you kind of like let the hot water kind of open up your grinds. I think even some people stir it, but I know I got time for all that craziness. I just like go around as I'm doing it, you know? So what do you guys have going on today? I am doing, I'm sure you guys have seen this, or hopefully you guys have seen this, there's the Up Factor going on next Monday and Tuesday. It's a really cool business conference that Sophie Epton is launching, doing, and it's gonna be really awesome. It's all about upping your business game. So I am speaking and teaching a breakout session all about booking like a boss. And yeah, that's pretty much what my week is about. I literally put an out of office on my email saying that I have a heavy workload, aka getting my shizzy together, and yeah, just trying to really hunker down. Every day I have, like a task. Right now I'm finishing up I always want to say PowerPoint slide, a keynote, like slides or whatever. I feel like I'm back in high school. It totally cracks me up. I'm like, and then I zoom it in. I promise I won't be there that much animation, but there is a little bit of animation. It just cracks me up. It reminds me of when I was in high school a very long time ago, and PowerPoint was really new, and I would just, like, every presentation for school or like every project, I'd be like, just do a PowerPoint presentation, and the teachers would be like, that's amazing, A+++, even though like literally I put like some words on a slide. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what you guys are saying. Hearts. Hi Anastasia, how are you? So yes, back in the day. So we're still going. This is like an experience. Sometimes I actually, like, while I'm heating up my water or whatever point, if I've got some time, then I'll do my meditation for the morning. I know, I'm getting a little woo-woo here. I just get my Headspace app, which my sister Erica recommended to me. Thanks, Erica. And I'll just do like 5 or 10 minutes, like while the water is heating, because it takes a little bit. And yeah, I also grind my beans, but I don't do it every day, because I usually make my coffee at like 5 or 5:30 in the morning before my kids are up, and ain't nobody want to wake up a sleeping baby. So I literally like turn the flashlight on my phone and I like sneak around and like do this whole little thing and meditate and do all that fun stuff. You don't have to keep it on the scale either while you're doing this. See, we're almost done. Do you think this takes a long time? It kind of does. But it's beautiful, right? Like, why not take a few minutes to do something that you love? We're in this world where we're always moving so fast and wanting to do things as quickly as possible. It's kind of really nice to do something slow. So I like it. It's therapeutic. Okay, a little bit more, because I don't want to waste any beans that I could be making more coffee with. I think we're perfect there. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm just hunkering down and doing everything for this workshop. I have never spoken in front of people before, so this is a really big, like, scary thing that I've never done before, but I've also known that as I've been preparing for this, like over-preparing, I'm excited about it, which is something I never thought I would feel about speaking in front of public and speaking in front of other people, like large groups of people. But yeah, I think it's because I'm excited what I'm talking about. I think, when I just talk about generically talking about things in front of people, or maybe a subject that I don't feel passionate about, I'd be a little more scared, but I'm actually excited what I'm talking about. So, that's why. All right, so, actually, you know what I'll do? Got my cup. I got a J cup, which I know is backwards for you, but J for Julie. I bought this one time for images, but it's actually one of my favorite cups. So, worth the cost, right? Target for cups all day long. Don't judge me if I spill, because you're not judging, right? Okay, so what I actually put in my coffee, and this is really funny because I'll probably mix this up every week because, yeah, I'm always mixing up my coffee. I do not do the same thing all the time. But there is a couple ingredients that I always put. So MCT oil. So somebody asked me what my productivity hacks are, and I wanted to be like, number one, my productivity hack is MCT oil. I'm not even showing you correctly. So I used to use the one that is the bulletproof MCT or XCT oil. I don't know what the difference is between those two, if anybody knows. I know, right? Megan, MCT for life. So I just got really excited there. So yes, I was using that for a while, but it's really expensive. So when I went to Costco the other day, I was so excited to see that they had Nutiva's MCT oil, and it's 2 of these bottles for a very reasonable price. So, and at first I think I told Megan that I was gonna give her a bottle. I take that back because I go through it really fast. Sorry, Megan. But that's okay, because I think you had to go get your own 2 bottles as well, because yeah, we need a lot, right? So I also put cinnamon. I put quite a bit of cinnamon. People might think I'm a little bit crazy about cinnamon, but I stir my coffee anyways, so mix it together so it doesn't get overwhelming. So right now I'm just using Califia, their creamer, the almond creamer. If I could do half and half, I would absolutely be doing half and half. But yeah, because of my baby, I'm not drinking any dairy. So yeah, so their creamer is really good. It's an almond and coconut blend. So yeah. So I'm sure you guys are laughing at me right now, but I do this. It's this one's called Fit and Fresh. It was just on Amazon. It was $8. There's a lot of other ones too, prettier ones, but yeah, they're literally, I think sometimes they're formula mixers too, which I have never used it for formula, but I use it sometimes for my protein shakes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is kind of pivotal with the coffee because it just blends it together. It makes it all nice. When I put collagen in my coffee too, this is really helpful to make it that creamy texture that collagen will give you. So yeah, so here's my coffee. Cheers. Okay, so I wanted to just talk to you guys about what's going on in my life, in life as a mama and a photographer. I'm gonna sneak over here again because I wanna see what's happening. Have a beautiful day too, Miss Lady D. So yes, I am preparing for that presentation, doing all the things, trying to make it as good as I possibly can, which is super exciting. And yeah, I think that's pretty much what I've been doing. Literally my calendar right now says workshop speech, breakout session, workshop speech, breakout session, because that's all I'm gonna be doing all week, which is exciting. So yeah, so I had some questions from you guys, which is so fun. I'll go over those. First one, what was the sweater I was wearing in that picture? Kim, I love that you asked that. She's like, I'll buy it. Where did you get it? It's totally Old Navy. It's nothing fancy, but whenever I'm going to get clothes for my kids at Old Navy, because they have really cute kid clothes. I also always pick myself up something too. I'm just like, oh hey, sweater, you're pretty, and then I take it. I've had friends that have also gone and gotten the same sweater because it's the snuggliest sweater in the whole world. I need like a snuggly sweater per winter. So, love me some Old Navy. Okay, so what are your favorite productivity hacks? So I know, it's the best, Megan. I love MCT oil, as I said. For someone who, sometimes my kids keep me up at night or something, whatever's happening, MCT oil literally makes me feel so like I'm just able to focus. I feel like I slept a full 8 hours, even if I didn't. And it's just pretty much amazing. That's my first productivity hack. That's not normal. The other one that I've really been loving to do is like batching a lot. Batching my time and also planning things out, like saying that Monday is my day to plan on my social media for the week. Monday is the day for me to like make sure I get through all my emails and things like that. But really, what I've done really well and what I've actually stuck with every day, which sometimes social media planning doesn't always head up to that top priority, which is hard because it's important. But I typically have like a really pretty planner because, right, everyone needs something pretty in their lives to remind them to do things. And I like paper, which I know some people think that we should be all digital, but there's something to me about writing something down and then also taking a big fat Sharpie and like crossing it out when I'm done. It's so, makes me feel really good. So at the beginning of the week or at the end of the week, sometimes I'll do this so that I'm like fresh and thinking about it. Not like, how sometimes you can have those to-do lists in your head that are just like on repeat, and that's when you need to probably like dump it all out and write a list and write down and schedule out time to complete things. And then you can your brain can then rest. So sometimes me actually writing all of that out on Friday before I check out of being like in front of my computer for the week, for the weekend, then if I write that out, then I'm able to not have that to-do list on repeat in my mind. So really what I've been doing is having one big item per day that is my big to-do for the day. And I find that, that thing is, if I could accomplish that one thing for the day, I do it before I open my emails, start it, and having that one thing, once I've, not only will I do it, but I will also feel accomplished when it's done, which is really hard sometimes, right? Because sometimes we love to beat ourselves up and say, oh yeah, I know I finished what I was supposed to do today, but I really should have done X, Y, and Z as well. And really what I want to do is be intentional with how much time do I really have, and what can I really accomplish in that time, and then be happy when I accomplish it. And not setting myself up for failure and telling myself I need to do 10 things on one day, because it's not going to happen. So why am I going to set myself and my brain up to beat myself up? Because that sometimes happens. So productivity hack is just really being intentional with your day, intentional with your time, and doing some batching. And setting an out of office when you need to get shizzy done. Am I allowed to cuss on here? When you need to get stuff done, really and you need a concentration. It's kind of like how I wrote that post a little while back talking about how I took the weekend away from my family and my kids in my house, my sweet husband, to go and do stuff for work and just to dominate. And I can't even tell you, I was on cloud 9, because as a mom and as a person who has this whole house that I have to keep up with, it can be really overwhelming. So to get away from all of that and to just have time to knock things off my to-do list and to do things that have been sitting there for far too long was really good, right? And it's kind of common sense. It's you want to do something, schedule it in your week or in your day to do it, and then you do it. Why is it so hard? But it's hard sometimes. That's when you need more coffee. It's really good. I take it. It is really strong. I do make strong coffee. Not gonna joke. So whenever I go to my friend's house, we go to this lake house, if Tio Jorge's on here, but they'll like make coffee and I'm like, oh, that's great. And then I'll make my cup of coffee and it's like sludge coming out of the coffee pot and I'm like, this is great. This is fuel. I think I have problems. Okay, so the next question is, if I'm a small business owner scheduling a photo shoot with a photographer for content creation, what is the best advice for getting the most out of that session? So I love this question because I myself also do branded shoots for myself, right? Because I don't have time every day to be like getting all pretty and perfect and then like setting myself up in perfect light, and it may be cloudy, it may not, whatever it may be. I don't have time to create content every day. So what I do is, again, I batch my content and create a branded shoot. I actually did one last year and then I did one this year. I couldn't even do it more, but I actually found that one was perfect for the year. And then I just keep using those images throughout my materials, my marketing materials, and to promote stuff. So as you guys saw in my most recent brand shoot by this super talented Miss Jenna McElroy, I made coffee because I talk about coffee a lot. So when I was preparing for that shoot, I kind of had like a notes in my, oh my gosh, my cat might participate. I had a notes in my phone, and I had a document on my computer that just had like lists of ideas, things that I want to talk about, in my social medias. Oh hey, this is Koji. He actually really likes coffee, which is weird. He's gonna show you his bottom. So thinking about captions that I want to talk about, topics that I want to talk about, topics that are on brand for me, things visually, how do I tell my brand story? So creating that list of things, that I would like to visually represent and visually talk about my brand. And so having a list of things that we can kind of cover. And then from there, really even further pulling inspiration. So whether you're saving and creating a board in your Instagram or whether you're going on Pinterest, I did both. And then from there created a complete list of things that I wanted to do at my shoot. So I really think over preparing, thinking about where you're going to be using these visuals, what story are you trying to tell, thinking also about the fact that on social media they may be more square and on your website they may be more horizontal. You may want more space in order to add wording and text to the images. So think about all of that and really articulate that with your photographer, and that's really going to set you up for success. So having that, sometimes you would think that maybe that limits the photographer, but I personally feel that it gives us a great starting point to make sure that we're creating the content that you need, and from there we can get creative and riff and create new images from there. I want to come see. Hi, Simon. So yes. So I really like to do that, and that's what's really worked for me, and what I've recommended to other people is to really create that kind of really specific list, from pulling in from inspiration for what you're wanting to look and do, and thinking about the story that you want to tell. So I hope that's helpful. Miss Jillian had a couple questions for me as well. She said, if you were going to go back to when you started your photography business, would you change anything, and what advice would you give yourself? Okay. I've been thinking really hard about this question because so many things and nothing all at the same time, I think that, I'm a firm believer that I feel like my journey has happened for a reason, and that I really, I actually like the way my journey has unfolded, and I feel like it was everything that I did was exactly what I needed at that time. So yeah, I don't think I would do anything different. In the very beginning, I was hardcore about consuming information and becoming better. And I was willing to save up and pay for that as well. So I actually had a full-time business when I first started my photography business. And that really helped me to, number one, buy the equipment that I wanted to have, and to also invest a lot of money in myself and going to different workshops, doing different mentor sessions with people, that was really helpful. I also may think that I probably would have gotten an editor earlier than I did. So I outsourced my editing, my culling and my editing, and I have an amazing editor, and that has really like given me so much life. So I would almost do that a little bit earlier, and finding a specific person that you really, really trust and that you can be as hands-off as you possibly can with it, which is, I've done many different ways of outsourcing my processing, and some worked and some did not work. They were more work. And so just know that if you're in the middle or you've tried outsourcing your processing as a photographer and you felt like it was more work for you, not the right fit, move on. There is someone out there, there is an editor out there that you will trust and that will do it right. So just keep searching for that person, because you will find it and it will be life-changing. So yes, that was one thing I might do sooner. I also feel like this year, 2019, my word of the year is intention. And I think that I wish that I, in the past, could have been even more intentional. So really kind of putting together those goals. Hi, Amber. Those goals for myself. So I had a friend just recently, we hung out like maybe in January, and she was like, my husband and I took a staycation in Austin. So they have 2 kids as well, 2 boys. And they decided to not even go away, in the same city for 2 days. They went to a hotel and they just, had someone watch their children, and they were able to really concentrate and write out like goals for the year and what they did right, what they want to change for the year before. So I did that more intensely this year, and I wish that I would have done that sooner, right? So really creating the life that I want to live and pushing myself even more. I think, in the beginning I wanted to be a really good photographer, and that was like everything. And then I wanted to book more, and I wanted to book more of what I wanted to book. Clients that I felt were my perfect match, and so I concentrated on that really hard. And now that I feel like I have that down, or that is in a good place, now I'm thinking of, different streams of income and all that kind of stuff. So I'm getting kind of down in the nitty-gritty, but that's what we do over coffee. So yes, hopefully that answers your question and gives you some insight and some ideas. So what have you found is the best way to reach your target audience clients? So there's a couple levels to this. First off, you need to be showing the work that is your target client, right? Sometimes in the beginning we don't have enough work and we're showing things that are like, okay, but don't do that. You should be creating, if you're not booking the clients that you want to book, still book them, right? Because we need to pay our bills, but be doing style shoots on the side and creating your own content in order to share that. So really showing the work that you want to book is super important. When I first moved from Houston to Austin, I struggled a little bit because Houston brides are so different from Austin brides. I was showing my Houston work and it wasn't translating with Austin brides. So I really had to be intentional about that, about creating new content and about getting content in Austin that I felt was my target audience, and then sharing that. And less is more sometimes. You don't have to have a million shoots that you love. You can, less is more. Higher quality is better. What else do I think about that? I think social media is a powerful tool for creating, it's like we have these websites that are like perfect and they've got a portfolio and it's all beautiful. But then when you have your Instagram, it's kind of like an everyday curated portfolio. So I feel like that can be powerful because it shows a little bit more in depth what your look and feel is and who your target client is. So social media is really great. Instagram, Pinterest. I just booked my first wedding off of Pinterest, and yeah, I should have done that. a lot sooner, like really committed to Pinterest and having someone help me do it, which is how I do it. So yeah, so hopefully that helped you guys. Does anybody have any other questions for me while I'm sipping on my coffee today? I'm gonna get closer. This is my dining room, by the way. Hi guys. So yeah, that's how I make a coffee. I do it every day. And then, so my morning routine is I wake up around 5 or 5:30 a.m. I just started this maybe a couple months ago. And at first I was like, how am I ever gonna wake up that early? Like, I go to bed too late. It makes you get up. It makes you go to bed earlier for sure because you're tired, right? But now I crave that time alone by myself in the quiet. So I don't like to miss it. So I get up, I roll out of bed, my phone is on airport mode, so I just turn off my alarm, and then I go start my coffee, and then maybe start the water boiling, and then I do my meditation like I talked to you guys about earlier. I'm not perfect about doing it every day, but I do feel like it's helpful. And then I head over to my computer and I start my big task for the day. So I really hope that this was fun, you guys, and helpful. And thank you so, so much for joining me today. And yeah, I will save this to my profile, so feel free to watch. Feel free to send me other questions. And I will see you guys next week with what is it again? What's behind the scenes? What's brewing behind the scenes? I'll get it, guys. I get it, I promise. Have a good Tuesday.